Multifamily Mindset
Podcast. Think bigger.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know the drill. My name is Dallas Pruitt. I am one of the co-hosts here on the MFM podcast. I'm the resident consultant at the Multifamily Mindset, and I'm also the founder of Growth Guide Co. I want to just go straight to the meat today, and that is this. And listening to Adam's story, and one, I'm so grateful he was on the show this past week. Grateful for the interview between him and Jackson. And there's a couple things I want to bring to light to everybody, and I'm not going to mince words today. One is that faith is an action. Adam talked about faith, and I believe that there is a misconception out there. There's a misunderstanding about faith, and I think that all too often the word belief and faith get intertwined. And our perspective or understanding of faith is that it is belief. And that's only one half from my experience. The other half is the more important half, and that is action. Faith is action. Faith without works is dead. And so belief in your abilities, belief in yourself, belief in the process, belief in God's plan for you, all of these things, it's crucial. Belief is so crucial. It's a catalyst. It's the starting point. It's the foundation. But in order to build upon that, action must be taken. And without action, again, belief is dead. Faith without action, faith without works is dead. Nothing of great substance can come to life without action. And so it made me think, right? Like a commitment to multifamily is a commitment to what? What are you signing up for? To do great work here in this space, just like any other space of life, what is that commitment? What does that commitment really look like? It's a commitment to, acquiring more things and making more money and freedom and all these things. And it's like, yes, those things can come about by way of great work. But what a commitment to multifamily really is. What it really is it's a commitment to struggle. It's a commitment to adversity. It's a commitment to heartache. It's a commitment to opposition. It's a commitment to so much growth. And I think that is something that we kind of don't talk about enough. Without opposition, great things do not come to pass. We really need to reframe the way we view challenge, the way we view adversity, the way we view opposition, because it truly is a blessing. And that is one of the reasons why I am so grateful for my journey in entrepreneurship. But the same holds true for a journey of doing great work in any space. To bring about great works, to bring about great value and great substance, it's impossible to do that without struggle, without adversity, without heartache, without opposition. And I think what happens all too often is in the journey, people get sidetracked by the bright, shiny object syndrome, right? The second it gets really hairy, really sticky, really hard, we as people start to waver a little bit. We start placing our focus elsewhere. And we start looking for possibly easier paths that are quicker routes to get us to what we think we want. And what I have found out is that the grass is not greener, and that the same process ensues and that same cycle takes place, and then a jump happens again. I look back on my career, and I have worked with people from many different walks of life. And what I mean by that is I've worked in a lot of different industries with the service that I provide within my area of expertise. And I look back, and the ones who have done the greatest work and have accomplished great impact in the lives of others and brought massive value to their spaces are the ones who are still doing it. It's very interesting. Whether it was Aptive, pest control, and the service they provide in that organization, or doTERRA and essential oils and that world, or here in the multifamily space, or in the health and wellness industry with Mountain Ops. Those people who are doing great work currently, they've actually been in that space striving to do great work and bring great work about for years. And it literally holds true across all those fronts. They didn't waver at the first, third, seventh, and 10th sign of adversity. They stuck it out. They did not look to grow greener grass somewhere else. They used those moments of opposition to lean further into the work and water their lawn and take care of it and till it. It is very interesting as you look back on historical evidence, and that is the same pattern, the same timeless pattern that holds true for great works across that spectrum. And what I have found is that we currently live in a society where a lot of us get distracted by the bigger and better. We live in a society, and the truth is we live in a society that is very soft. And I don't say that to come at anybody. I say it from a place of facts. Comfort is something we seek. We are comfort creatures. And we want what we want. And at the sign of adversity or opposition, past a certain point or beyond a certain point, we look for the easier option, a different route, and we start to self-sabotage. Deep down, that's where those answers lie, is to dig deep in those moments and continue to confront yourself and confront the work. There's a great resource that I'd love to share. I'm not going to go into it in depth. I've mentioned it a couple times in the past couple episodes, or in a number of episodes ago, but it is called The Mountain Is You. It's by Brianna Weist, and it is an amazing resource for turning self-sabotage into self-mastery. I highly recommend it. Our attention, our focus, our discipline, these things are all being attacked at all times in the world we live in. It's nonstop. One of the best things that I think I can do on today's episode is provide you all with a better question. And that is to ask yourself, am I all in here? Am I all in on this journey of multifamily? And if so, how has that looked up until now? Dig deep, discover the truth. Go inward. Keep going inward. Don't go external. Don't pivot. And I'm not saying that pivoting is not a good option for some people at some point. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you are all in and committed, and that has pricked your heart and your mind and your soul, and you are like, this is the thing. This is my journey. Ask yourself, am I all in, or do I like the idea, or am I kind of stuck in the idea of being all in? Because here's what I've learned. Here's another thing that I've learned. I've learned that as human beings, what our behavior shows is that many of us really care more about how things look than how they really are. But that can change. You don't have to stay stuck in that type of mentality, that type of operating system. My invite today is for everyone. Look at how things really are. Confront the truth of your situation. If you are all in, or if you're not, in the truth lies your freedom. In that truth, you can find out really what needs to change, what needs to be weeded out, what needs to start happening, what you need to keep doing, what you need to stop doing. These are all questions we should ask ourselves at all times for those of us who are all in on doing great work here or anywhere else. What needs to change? What needs to be weeded out that's serving as a distraction? What do I need to start doing? What do I need to keep doing? The ones who figure it out in the real estate game are just like the ones who figured it out in the pest control game, are just like the ones who are figuring it out in the health and wellness industry, are just like the ones who are figuring it out in the world of doTERRA or any other organization. They are the ones who truthfully went all in. And at the first and 6th and 10th and 20th sign of opposition, they leaned into the work. They focused on what needed to be done. And they didn't run. They didn't avoid. They sat in it. And they solved problem after problem after problem after problem. And that's what's led them to great work over the course of 10, 15, 20, 25 years. What we don't see as people, as we look to other people's situations, is we don't see the years and years and years of work put into their craft. Don't get caught in thinking that you should be further along than what you are currently. Great work, no matter any time throughout history, no matter any industry. Great work takes time. Great impact takes time. Providing great value takes time. And that's the truth. And the ones who are all in, who went all in and figured it out, they stuck to it even through the valleys, even through the plateaus. They put an end to that endless loop or cycle of bright, shiny object, move on, bright, shiny object, move on. They stayed through the muck of that plateau until they hit that next trajectory shift. And that's my invite to you. For anybody who needed to hear that message today, it is for you. And as always, my friends, we love and appreciate you, the support here on the podcast. Please continue to leave a rating and review. It helps. We're so grateful for this amazing network, and we are always here to support you in your journeys, aspirations, and endeavors in the multifamily space and everything else that life has to bring your way, but specifically in that realm. Please continue to reach out with feedback, with suggestions. We are all about bringing that in and creating better for you and your problems you face. And we'll see you guys back here on the podcast again next week.
Multifamily Mindset
Podcast. Think bigger.